it possible to trade on announcements, so announcements by central banks or by non-farm payrolls?
I assume it is possible. It's not how I trade. So for me, what I will do during those times is I will wait for the news announcement to come out and then wait to see the market reaction. Because quite often a market will go quiet prior to a news announcement. So rather than me sit there and try and predict what I think the announcement may or may not be and how the market will react, to me the problem with news is subjective. It's harder to test. The way in which the news item is phrased over the Squawk Box or over the news channel could affect how the big boys trade it. The big boys, a lot of people say, well, the institutions already factored certain things in. They may well have done, but how do you, as the retail trader, measure that? Whereas I can measure my strategy. So for me, I don't do it. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not possible, but for me, if anyone came to me and said, should I trade the news? I would suggest that they stay away from that to start with. And if they do want to trade the news, they need to have some form of testing behind it before they actually do it.
Do you think it's just too volatile, that kind of, yeah?
And I think, and also it depends on the broker you're using. If you're using an A-book broker, then the chances are you're going to get slipped because the order's going directly to the market. If you're using a B-book, it's a little bit easier, but a lot of people moan about their account being slipped by 3. I had a target at this point and I was slipped by 2 points. Well, you were slipped by 2 points at non-farm payroll announcement. Things like that are going to happen. So, but what's interesting is a lot of the brokers will send emails out almost encouraging you to trade around these times, which for me, if your broker is encouraging you to trade at a certain time or saying, trade the US election, the chances are they're going to either push their spreads wider or push their premiums higher. That to me is the time that you shouldn't be trading. So if ever a broker's saying, what about trading, the Trump election? I'd rather be doing something completely different.